Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Wednesday, August 13th. Just cruising through the rest of August here, right in the middle. And it'll be over real fast. The summer, you know how fast it moves. But let's get cruising into the market. It looks pretty good. NVIDIA is down, but the rest of it looks pretty nice. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And here you go with the heat map right there. And like I said, NVIDIA is down. And here is your SPY this morning. Let's see what it's up. 141 up over that 640. And holy cow, does it look good. It's just kind of curled up there, hitting the top, just hitting the MACD, but getting through. And I mean, this thing looks like it wants to catapult off. So we'll be watching that new IPO today, crypto IPO, that BLSH. So we'll be keeping an eye on that bad boy, BLSH. I know we talked about it the other day. And so keep an eye on that. It's not even up there yet, I don't think, unless I didn't type it right. BLSH. Oh, there it is. It's called Bullish, BLSH. So there you go. It's probably going to rip, I would have to assume, with crypto. Look at crypto, guys. I'll just tell you one thing right here that I told you last night, because Solana's over 200 right there. And Bitcoin's up, but let me just go through them real quick to show you something, because I looked at SUI right here and I said, that is looking good. That jumped up like almost 12 cents right there. That's cruising along. All these things are looking really good. We'll go through crypto just first right here. Here's Bitcoin at 120,547. Ethereum's over almost 4,700 now, guys. And Solana is just getting started at 201. And I'm telling you, these things are looking really good. Ripple's about to get ripping right there. I might have to add to my position. Cardano looks good right there. There's Stellar looking pretty good right there. Chainlink's running up. It's just pulling back in the top, but it still looks pretty nice. SUI looking good right there. Litecoin also jumping up as well. And Optimism right there. So there's your crypto. And SOLZ is the Sol ETF right there, and that's up this morning. So there you go with that bad boy. So a lot of good crypto action right now, and BLSH will be keeping an eye on that today, as that's the new IPO around 9:30. Bolt Project right there is cruising along. You can see that right now, and we'll go through our Jolie's jumpers, and that ATNF jumped up a little bit more there into the top. That thing was really ripping there. GBIO trying to get moving, so we had talked about that bad boy. And let's see what else is going on here. That looks about it, and they'll go to our Jolie's jumpers and see, because she has Bolt Project is the very first one right there. And like I said, it's ripping along, and it's up, not looking bad this morning. And BTAI, we've been all over this one, and it could be topped out finally right there. So be careful with that. CGTX, let's look at that. Cognition Therapeutics, and that's jumping up there pretty well. And let me claim this back real quick, and let's do that right there. And now we can do CGTX right here. And yeah, that looks like it was a really nice rip up yesterday. It's trying to get green again, so keep your eye on that one today. It could roll up a little bit more. And here's that GBIO. We just saw that on the scanner, and it's not GIBO. We've been looking at the penny stock, but GBIO right here did run up as well. It was curling up and popped up. I think it was jumping up yesterday, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that jumped up yesterday. I do remember seeing that one right there. How about Hoth right here? And this one's getting a really good setup. So keep an eye on HOTH right there. That's getting ready to get set up, as a matter of fact. And HRTX right here. Let's see what HRTX is doing. Heron Therapeutics. And this one is going to get cruising. Look at it, bottomed out right there, setting up right here. Tried to curl up and get through, bounce down, but it looks like it will this time. HRTX, that's an interesting look. Then they changed their stock ticker. It used to be something different, I think. But anyway, IOBT right here. IOBT. Biotech IOBT, and that one looks like it's trying to bounce off the bottom right there and bounce off that off that trend line. So we'll keep an eye on IOBT because that's one that is down there and could get cruising. NIVF, we had looked at this as it was running up before it recently, just reverse split. I'll keep an eye on it today. I know we looked at this one too, IVF, and that's way down and had recently split also. So NUVB right here, let's see what that's doing. And that one is just kind of hanging out. It's trying to get cruising NUVB. Yeah, it's not looking too bad right there. So we'll have to watch that. SBET, we know this one right here is cruising. This is another one of the cryptocurrency ones, and they have a bunch of Solana, I believe, or ETF. They have, or ETF, Ethereum. They have Ethereum. UPXI right here is up, and they have the Solana. So there you go. And I was saying that one was looking good. And good old swag right here. What's SWAG? That jumped up and not looking bad. Strand and Company right there. And TPIC. Let's see. TPI Composites. That one looks like it's just dipping down. It could be an opportunity right here. Let me see. TPIC. Yeah, that one's just dipping down. Could be an opportunity. X4 was running up here. I know that. And that one's jumping up. So that was yesterday, I think. Yeah, that's yesterday's date right there for XFOR not moving. And WBTN right now is jumping up there. Webtoon. And I think that was from yesterday as well, if I remember correctly. WBTN. And yeah, it did jump up yesterday. It jumped up a little bit more today. And Wang and Lee right here was jumping up the other day. It looks like it's trying to move again. So keep an eye on good old Wang and Lee. XFOR, and we just looked at that one. And Xena right here, ZENA, and that one is getting set up, guys. Look at Xena right here having a good setup. So keep your eye on ZENA right there. And there you go with your Joey's jumpers. There's a bunch of them right there. And let's run right through our laptop travel list real quick. Our laptop lowdowns, ADTX. Let's see what that's doing. That is way down there and has been down for a while, as a matter of fact. So have to see if it's pulling back a little bit. IMCC, that's like IM's Cannabis Corp. And this thing's trying to get set up. It just took a nice dip, I guess, on earnings right there. And of course, our Mullen, that one's always down. So there you go. And the Blue Jay right here just ran the other day and just kind of pulled back some. But we'll watch that one to try to get set back up again. And BIVI, let's see what that one's working with. BioVio. And this is in the basement right there. CNMB. I'm not sure. CMMB it is. Chemomab, that one has been in the basement, just still down there. This EDHL I've been watching. This one's down there trying to get set up. You see the 20 coming down for it. That's what it's waiting for. GMHS, that is the Game House one that ran the other day. Just a little pullback right there. KMRK right here. K-Tech Solutions is a new one and just kind of opened in the basement. MAMK right there. Maxines, that one looks like it's fairly new as well. When did that start up? That started July 7th right there, and that's going down. So we'll have to watch that one for when it gets set back up. It's new. And Mulex Science, MLEC, that's been in the basement down there. SKBL has been that Sky Builders, and they've been way down there and waiting for that 20 to get set up as well, like EDHL and Wheeler right here, WHLR. This one's in the basement, Wheeler Real Estate. And I remembered it ran up recently. I think it was like right there, popped up on June 20th, and now it's way down, but it looks like it could be trying to get set back up. So we'll look at that one. And there you go with your laptop travel lowdown list right there. And let's go ahead and look at the market and see what's going on and what we're going to get ourselves into right now. Holy cow, ETHU has been ripping along right there 2 times, still up a lot. And look at this thing just cruising, guys. So up at the top for ETHU, and it is cruising right along right there. UNH, good price action this morning right here, and it is up a little bit, hitting the 20, and that's getting set up to run. And there you go with that. And Lulu is looking pretty good right here. There you go with Lulu coming out of the basement. Mentioned this one, and it does look pretty good there. And Laptop Travel was playing with the BSLK right there. Good old Bolt Projects, and that thing's ripping along and not looking bad this morning, I must say. So there you go with Bolt. And let's just look at a couple of these guys, and then we'll go into our SPY. ORIS just kind of hanging out right there. Let's look at RAYA. That's just kind of chilling as well. And GIBO is kind of just hanging out. These guys don't look too bad right there, guys. So we'll be keeping an eye on them. And what is it, QH or something? This thing, I'm telling you, this thing's getting curled up and looking pretty decent right here for a China small cap. So there you go with a couple of them. And let's see what's going on with our SPY and our big caps right here. Here's our SPY up $1.51, and it is in a good spot. It's a little bit flat. It's up $1.51, and I'm telling you, this thing could get blasting off right there. Here's Apple right here, cruising up a little bit, just rolling up, but slowly into the top. It's in the top, just curling up slowly. Amazon just kind of setting up down here and looking pretty decent to get set up. How about Google? That's up a little bit, and it's just a little flat, but they are moving up. And Meta right here was blasting off yesterday, up a little bit. So we'll see what's going on. And I know tomorrow is what our PPI report, so we'll have to see what's getting set up for that. And here is Microsoft back up, curling up, not looking bad. And the video was down this morning, and again, it's hitting resistance, could pull back to that 20 area, but nothing crazy. And it gets set back up. And of course, our Tesla right here is up a little bit and just kind of hanging out, getting set up. So there you go with your Mag 7 right there. And let's see what's going on with the rest of them real fast. AMC right here is up a little bit, and I'm telling you, this guy's getting set up. GameStop's getting set up to run too, and we know Chewy's been looking good, and that's getting set up. Unity was running up yesterday. It's about that resistance, and it'll probably pull back a little bit. How about Netflix right here? That's running back up, just as we thought it would right now. And AVGO is looking pretty good this morning, and these things are still ripping up here. MU just kind of hanging out. They're both hitting the top, MU and AVGO. We'll see if they get into the top. TSM definitely setting up right there. It's coming up to the resistance and setting up. So I'm telling you, this market's looking pretty wild right now. SMCI, let's see, Super Micro, and that thing had bottomed out right there, and now it's getting ready to cruise back up. So I think SMCI is getting set up. Has a little bit of time right there, but it will get set up. AMD right here is going to get ripping. We know that. So just keep your eye on that. And QCOM right here has been looking good yesterday and looks like it's going to continue its way up. Snow had been coming down. It looks like it based out right here. Now you're going to get that. Yesterday was its bottom, and now it looks like it should try to get set back up. So we'll watch Snow to get ready to roll. And PayPal's getting set up and looking pretty good right there. So keep an eye on that. Intel, INTC, that had been running up yesterday, just a little healthy pullback at the moment. And Dell had been running up there in a little healthy pullback, nothing crazy. IBM will catch this one, and it could be bottoming out right here, and will be a great opportunity on that good dip down for IBM. And Palantir right now is still going higher, and it's always going higher right there for PLTR. And Sophie is ripping up a little bit more over that resistance, and at 23 something, and now it's at 24.11, and looking pretty good right there. How about our Mara and Riot? They are getting cruised. They're getting set up, guys, and they're going to run. You can see it, but I'm telling you, there's some other great opportunities out there. You can see Riot getting set up right here, and Clean Spark right here is getting set up. Looks kind of like Mara at the moment. And how about good old MicroStrategy? And you know damn well this is going to run up pretty big because he has more Bitcoin than anybody, and that thing's rolling. Here's Robinhood trying to get curled back up into the top, not looking bad, but Coinbase is looking good. We knew that, and that thing is getting set up to run. And how about Bull right here? That's about to be bullish. And Space, SPCE, is looking a little better this morning. Bowie now is up and it's getting ready to rock and roll some more. DJT was up a little bit, not looking bad right there. Fun will follow DJT. And MCD right here, McDonald's hitting the 20 and looks like it's going to roll off that MACD as well. Good old Disney's getting ready to cruise back up a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on Disney and see when it's ready to really get rolling. It's got a little bit of resistance there now at 115, but it will make it its support line relatively quick. And how about Oxy right here? And I'm telling you, something's going on with oil and gas. It's just playing out a little bit slow. And here you go at ExxonMobil, and that's not looking bad right there. So there you go with them guys. And Nike right here, let's see what it's doing. That's getting set back up and not looking bad. And Gush right here is just kind of flat, but it's getting set up. Like I said, oil and gas not looking bad right there. And let's see, posted an article on Buffett's next target, so we'll have to look at that one. And also, Trump Deep Dive has been published, some crazy stuff in there. And so check out the laptop news articles right there. They're really good. And BLSH IPON launches today as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on both of them. There's IPON. I don't see that one there, but BLSH is called bullish. And I'm sure it's going to get bullish right there. So let me just jot down IPON as well. And there you go with them guys. And here we go. Let's see what else is going on here. Let me see if I missed anything. Got everything over there. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the market. We already did our crypto look. It looks really good. The markets aren't looking bad. Crypto's having a breakout summer, and Bitcoin isn't the reason. An economic reset is underway, which will drive the S&P 500 to 7,500 next spring, one strategist says. And stocks soar, volatility evaporates, stocks extend record run as Fed cut bets build, and the stock futures rise as S&P 500. NASDAQ gets set to build on record highs here, guys. And I think we've been calling the market pretty well. And I told you guys that we'll definitely see a rate cut in September. I've been saying it, and you're going to see it. And then the market's really going to get ripping. That's what we're looking at, guys. And I told you guys this like a month ago. So I don't know. I guess I'm always a couple weeks early. You guys know that. We always are on this show. We always know what's going on ahead of time and during the pops and what's happening at that moment. So the most active ones, Wang and Lee right there, not looking bad, I must say. Could get cruising. There's your Bull Project and Cognition. Cognition Therapeutics was running up there. ATNF running up some more as today. And there's that GIBO getting set up. IXHL, like I said, has a little time. It will get set back up. UPXI, how about that one? BMNR, still running up there, not looking bad. And BTOG, that's a Bitcoin one. Bit Origin, that's not looking bad right there. When DS had run up on the earnings, it's in the top. And Chanson International trying to get set up as well. And there is AMDL, the AMD long right there, looking pretty good. And let's look at over here and see what's happening. SPNS, this one jumped up pretty big right there. Sapiens International. And let me see what else is happening right now. Not a whole lot on that side, that's for sure. And do you have your pulse on the markets? Yeah, I'm telling you guys, they're going to get ripping right here. You can just see what's happening. Exactly what I've been telling you is that I don't even know how much pullback we're going to see. When we see pullback, it's going to be healthy. We're hitting that bubble territory, guys. It's getting bubble-ish look, and you haven't seen this since 1998. And so that's why the market, it's just going to keep ripping, and you're going to see some pullbacks. They'll be healthy. And I really do think we're getting into that territory with AI right now. It just keeps fueling the market. It's just a perfect recipe. There's nothing bringing it down. Earnings were good. CPI report doesn't hurt it. PPI won't hurt it tomorrow. Rate cuts coming up in September. And we still have trade deals coming out with all these countries. Tariffs brought in how much money yesterday? It was an absurd amount of money. And so, yeah, it's just not stopping, guys. and there's just he has a Rolodex in his back pocket. You've never seen anything like it before. I guess maybe in 1998, that's what it might have looked like. Because the charts were pretty wild back then as I went back and did some research, and they kind of just keep breaking out like this, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that's what it looks like, guys. I'm telling you, we're getting into that bubble territory, and I don't see anything. I don't see a catalyst that's going to slow it down, and especially when you already know that they have to have the markets ripping the all-time highs to win the midterms, which they're going to do right now, because the market's already at all-time highs. We didn't even cut the rates yet, and that's been the main agenda the entire time. And he said, all right, you know what, I'll cut the rates. Watch what I'll do with the market. I'll snap my fingers and make it run like you've never seen before. Look at these things, guys. It's absolutely insane. And like I said, how much money was that? I forget exactly. I wrote it down in the note last night because that was insane, guys. I have to look it up. So I can say, what was it, like 27 billion or something crazy? Hold on, let me look again. Let me see right here. And it $27.7 billion in tariffs that we generated in the month of July, guys. Like I said, the administration last administration didn't generate $27.7 billion for the country in 4 years. He did it in a month in tariffs, which everybody thought was going to be an issue. And remember back, I should go cut the clips because I said they're not going to bother us at all. As a matter of fact, they'll probably help the economy. We need it. And look what just happened, guys. Is America not cruising along, looking like it's a really strong country again? There you go. So I would say their game plan was amazing. Just as I told you, just sit back and let them execute it, just like I was saying. And look what's going on. And the market's getting the bubble territory right here. And yeah, just sit back and enjoy this kind of run because we haven't seen one of these in a long, long, long time. I never even traded one of these runs because it was happening before I even got into the market. That's how long ago it was. And I've been doing this for over 25 years. And yeah, 1999 was the last time that you could see something even remotely close to this, guys. It's absolutely insane what we're looking at, and there's just no pullback in sight. Like I said, I don't see a correction happen. And you know when that correction happened? In April. And then he just took it and ripped it up, and then now it's just a perfect recipe. So that's what it looks like. Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, and everybody else, Doge Mama 9, and everybody else hanging out this morning. So, yeah, I would say the markets look pretty good to me. Crypto is getting ready to go ballistic, as we knew anyway. I mean, we've been saying it for a while. Look at Bitcoin at 120, Ethereum's nuts, Solana's way up, Ripple's getting ready to go ripping, and these things look really good right there. So I can't say that the market looks bad, and we need to make trade schools great again, and they will. Honestly, they will make all the trades really good again, and that has been an issue for real. Nobody wants to work in the trades and stuff, so we do have a lack of people. But you're going to see that explode again, guys. You're going to see people go into them hands-on jobs because you know why? They're the only jobs that are going to be available for people because AI will just take everyone's job, as I've been saying for 2 years, and you can see what's going on. The jobs reports will never be better, ever, at this point. So that is what we're looking at, and that is what the market's doing this morning. And Google is going up a little bit and looking pretty good in the top right there. And yeah, I'm telling you guys, that's just what's happening in this country. AI is just a whole nother breed, and we've been talking about it for 2 years, and it's just getting started, guys. So now we're really getting into the AI phase where things are getting wild, and you can see how you can see the market starting to react, and they're just getting into that bubble territory, just like I said, like when .coms were coming around and getting crazy, and the market just couldn't pull back because it was just constantly nonstop just good news and good economy just fueling it. So that's what you see right now. And Trump's just making good decisions and the market's ripping. And again, is there any reason that the rates weren't cut besides a political issue? I called it out over 4 months ago. So Laptop Travel said you don't have to be right about every stock pick. You only have to be right about a few of them, and the gains on those will make up for the losses on the other. That's absolutely right, Laptop Travel. Like I say, you're not going to hit them all. You just have to make sure that you're trading smart and picking the right ones. It's quality over quantity, to be honest with you. That's how you beat the market. So, and U.S. leads markets hires with China truce just popped up. I just saw that. So there you go. And Doge Mama 9 said she hears every word I'm seeing. Saw crypto going up last night before I called it a night. You feel my energy. I'm telling you guys, the markets are gonna get ripping. Do you think that Trump's not gonna have this shit ripping like maniac? I've been saying it. I know I'm always a little early, and people think I'm crazy. Remember, I was saying rate cuts, and there was no argument before anybody was talking about it, and people were arguing with me. And I'm like, no, I'm just saying that it's a political move right here that Powell's doing. And there was no other reason. And I'm telling you, it's based off of the charts. I can see these things a little bit ahead of time. Obviously, we always call out things ahead on the show. And you could just see what was happening here. They were just setting up to get crazy, and they're just getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And you can see what crypto is about to do. I mean, it's ripping, guys, and it's not going to look back here. So, yeah, I would say we're in for a fun one. And like I said, enjoy the rest of the summer. Watch for a couple dips. And I don't even know if you're going to see many dips here because the market is just so stable and it just keeps popping up and popping up. And at this point, again, look at the charts and then put yourself into that administration's shoes. Would they really want a big dip at this point when you have this kind of momentum rolling into a rate cut in September? I just don't see it happening. And again, the market's moving really slow for a reason. I'm telling you, they have it so textbook, guys. I've never seen anything like it in my life. So it's one of them things that we're just in for a ride because they have this thing down to a science right now. And like I said, nobody else, no administration, I don't think in the history of this country has been able to do exactly. Even during the .com thing, it wasn't really the president wasn't making it happen back then in 98 and 99. It was the market making it happen. Trump made the market happen, guys. And look what he came into. There was no one running the country for 4 years. We pointed it out. And now there's someone running the country 24/7. But not only that, making crazy good deals and putting America first for the first time in many years, probably since he was in last 4 years. And remember what I said before, just going back to the charts. Who were the last two presidents where you see the charts a little bit different? It was obviously Ronald Reagan and Trump's last one right there. And again, you're seeing it differently again. And Trump had COVID last time, guys. So he didn't personally had it. He had to deal with COVID and all that nonsense, and still had the markets ripping and the economy going crazy. Hands it over, the economy just gets, I mean, absolutely decimated. I mean, in 4 years, you want to talk about destroying a country? Holy cow. The Dems came in and literally destroyed the entire country. And what was the agenda? That's what I always want to ask. And I do ask that question. What the hell was the agenda and who exactly was running the country? It was Joe Biden and these two other maniacs. And I don't understand what the agenda is besides them loading their pockets up, because that's the only reason why they would be making decisions that they were making. And it's all just crazy, guys. It's completely chaotic. And yeah, it's a crazy thing if you think back, and history is going to be amazing. I mean, our kids are going to learn some crazy shit in history, and they better teach them the facts in history too, and not no sugar-coated bullshit, because there was no one running the country for 4 years. Biden was out of his mind. He wasn't even cognitive enough to be in doing anything. He couldn't even do a fucking telemarketing job, guys. He couldn't do anything. And he was a president in the biggest country in the world. Can you imagine? And that happened to us. And then they tried to and yeah, they definitely stole that election for sure. And then they were going to try to cheat. They did everything they could against Trump. They tried to put him in jail multiple times. You've seen what happened. And when you start trying to jail your political opponents, that's when you know you're going down, because it doesn't work anymore. It used to be how it worked, but now everybody with social media, you can just kind of get through it. So anyway, that's what you're looking at, and that's why the markets are ripping, guys. It had nothing to do with the economy, the charts, or anything else. I'm telling you, Trump is just going like this and snapping his fingers and making this shit happen. So whether you like him or not, I'm not here to preach about him. I'm just telling you what's happening, just like I always do. And that's the way the market's rocking and rolling right now. So we went from absolutely nobody to the most craziest market you could ever see. And it all happened because someone is now running the country and running it really well, whether you like him or not and like what he's doing. I mean, these are the things, guys. What he's doing right now, you can tell, is what the economy needed, because you can see how the economy's ripping. So there you go, everybody. And your and laptop, nobody gets it right, but the proper safeguards, it tilts the odds to your favor. That is absolutely right. And once you get rid of the emotional detachment and get past your ego, it changes the game. You're 100% about that, Luis Rodriguez. You just have to respect the trends and really just trade them smart, like I say, and get out of them as they're going up. It's a hard thing to wrap your head around for everybody, believe me. But once you start doing it and you get used to it, it starts to become the norm, and you don't ever look back, because you're like, holy shit, why would I hold this any higher? It could go down, and then I'm going to be in it and holding it, when I could just take these profits and rock them to another one tomorrow and roll it over. So that's what you're seeing right now, guys. And the markets are getting crazy. So like I said, just kind of chilling out for the next 2 weeks here, just enjoying my summer. I have a couple trips we're going to be doing, and I go to Niagara Falls next week. And then when we get back, it's going to get crazy. And it's been crazy anyway. I work on vacations and all around the clock, so it doesn't matter. I just kind of cut back and haven't been doing like 15 hours a day, maybe just like 10. So yeah, my cutback is probably more than most people still work on a normal basis, but again, just kind of enjoying the rest of the summer here, and the markets are just ripping. Just enjoying watching crypto get crazy right here. I mean, it's beautiful, just as we've been saying. So there you go. And they were about lining the pockets of NGOs that supported them. And I know you like to take deep dives. Check out Mike Benz's work. Let me write down his name right there. I'll check. I know the name. I think I've heard his name before. I'll have to check him out. Central Florida and gardening. But holy cow, where they line their pockets, guys. I mean, until the day they walked out that door, he was signing some of the biggest bills ever. Like billions of dollars were just going and missing, guys. I mean, it was absolutely astronomically insane. And I would said it before. There was no in government. They don't really care about spending money. They don't really keep track of it. I'd mentioned it before because I know I've worked in government and I've seen what they do. They just don't care. And so yeah, these guys. And then we figured out that there was no accountability. They don't even know if we had. They would just print more money, guys. So that's what they do. And so yeah, they would just write billions of dollars, and they were giving it out all over the place. And you even heard what the heck's his name? Zelensky even said he didn't receive half the money that was supposed to go to him. And you're talking billions and billions of dollars that we pay for. It's taxpayer money. It's not their money. If it's their money, go ahead and give it away. I don't give a shit. You earned it. Do whatever you want with it. It's not their money. It's the country's money, and that's the problem. That's how they run my town as well. They act like the town's money is like their own personal bank account, and they just go and do whatever the hell they want. I'm telling you, they load their pockets, guys. I mean, you should see the shit that goes on. And I follow the money trail. I think you guys know. I don't think anyone can follow a money trail better than we do on this show. You're not hiding anything from me. Let's put it that way. And so, yeah, I know everything that goes on in my town. That's why they hate my guts, because I call them out for it. And then if they don't even argue, because they just gotten to the point where they know if they argue with me, I'll just show up at a council meeting, and I'll just rip them all, just completely to shreds where they're just sitting there in silence. And it's happened multiple times, guys. I don't play games. I don't even care. And they know it. They don't even want to mess with me. And but again, I see the money trail. This is what this is about. And they're stealing money from me. It's my taxpayer money. My taxes, everything. My sewer bill. I just got a second sewer bill doubled. Taxes going up. We had the very first dispensary in New Jersey. It's the biggest one. We had the biggest Curaleaf, guys. And you know what? My town just kind of just doesn't know what to do with it the right way. And yeah, all the tax revenue now, they're not generating as much. They were huge for years, and now this New Jersey's just flooded with dispensaries. I mean, we might have the most dispensaries than any state at this point. I'm not going to lie. And you guys know, I know the cannabis industry pretty well. We have a dispensary. I mean, it's like on every corner now. It's insane. I mean, I don't know who the hell's investing into these things because they're not going to be making money. People don't understand the industry, the logistics of it, and how it really works. And I was saying that before all these opened up. And yeah, we have so many dispensaries, guys. It's insane. My sister just started working at one. Another one just opened up the other day. Now it's the biggest one in the state. And yeah, every week a new one opens up, and it's the biggest one in the state. It's insane. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I don't know who's backing all these things and where the money comes from, but people are absolutely out of their minds. They hear, oh yeah, we're going to own a dispensary, we're going to make millions. That's like, what are you talking? Did you see what happens in every other state? And then when they become completely flooded like this, they never work. You end up having to give away product to get people in the doors because, again, yeah, you just have to compare. Your competition's too much. You constantly have like massive deals going on just to get people in the doors, because if not, the next dispensary a block away will run a bunch of deals to get people in the doors. So now you got to keep competing with deals, and that's what happens. And you can't do that, guys. It's just too much money, too much overhead and all that to be cutting down the prices. And although our New Jersey prices are probably the highest in the country, they still are, even on the black market. It's kind of crazy, although they're coming down a little bit as the dispensaries popularity gets explosive, because obviously you have a lot more product in the area when you have all them dispensaries, and when they're not selling it in the dispensary, it's got to go somewhere, guys. So I know the states and the laws don't like that, but again, there's way too much money involved in this stuff, and there's way too much product that's flooded now. So that's what happens. So I don't see all these places staying in business for 5 years, that's for sure. But right now it's exciting because they're all just giving it away and kind of running deals every week. You can go to a different one every day and catch a crazy deal. So anyway, that's what happens. And there you are with a little cannabis dispensary talk as well. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, the markets are just setting up to get crazy. So we should have a fun time as it runs up here and gets into this bubble. I mean, it's not going to stop. We'll have a little bit of pullback, and then they'll just keep on ripping up there. So I'm just going to run through the SPY real quick and see what's happening right here, because the Mag 7 looked like it's just pulling back. And again, it could be a little bit of a flat day because we are waiting for the PPI tomorrow. So, and you can see these things are just pulling back just a hair. They're not going crazy yet. And they could even rip up as the market opens, because, you know, at any moment, there could be a tweet that comes out and makes the market go nutty. He did it the other day just before the CPI came out. Remember, he started saying that he paused the 90-day tariff. So he kind of padded that real quick and did it that way. So you could see some more news come out as the for the PPI tomorrow. So that's what they look like at the moment. Doesn't look bad. And today was just a couple things: the mortgage applications, EIA, crude oil and inventories, and then tomorrow's PPI and all that good stuff. So that'll be a good one right there. And there you go. And let me see if you have any questions about crypto. Will read Laptop Travel's latest news article. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, like I've been saying, the Trump family's been getting involved in this, not because they're not going to make the most amount of money you've ever seen in your life. because that's about what's about to happen here. This Griffin right here, even this Pew right here, these things are going to go rolling, guys. You can see they're setting up the run pretty soon. But yeah, that family is about to make so much money, guys, and they figured out, hey, we'll just do it over in the crypto space where it's not exactly um, the laws aren't there, and we can just kind of make our own laws as we go along. So yeah, they have it figured out. And you want to talk about a way to really make money and do it a different way than every other administration and politician has done it. They all do it so crookedly, and not saying this isn't crooked, guys. I'm just saying the crypto space isn't exactly it's so new that there's not exactly a lot of laws going on and things of that nature. So, and the last administration really screwed up big time by not looking at crypto and acting like it was so bad. So they kind of set it up for this administration to knock it out of the park. So you just have, yeah, just follow what Eric Trump's doing. Follow the money. You're absolutely at Central Florida. I've been telling people the minute he said Ethereum was looking good, I was like, well, there you go. And so yeah, just follow them on X. They tell you everything going on. It's crazy. It's not like they don't know what's about to happen. And crypto's gonna get crazy. So that is what you're looking at, guys. That's the markets in general. And we're just kind of cruise through the rest of the summer. And these things are getting wild. I can tell you that. And whether we see a pullback or not, we could see a little bit of a pullback, but they don't even seem to want to do that because every minute that they could pull back, he just has the market ripping up higher. And like I said, this SPY is just set up right here like beautifully. I mean, that's a perfect setup right there to really catapult you into a whole nother level. So that's what it looks like, guys. And that's what I mean, this trend line can just keep going up. And this thing can go to 660 and just keep rolling, guys. So, and that's what it looks like it wants to do. And that's all I have for this Wednesday morning right there for you. But I would say crypto looks good. The markets look good. We went through everything. So if you're just tuning in, you can go back and check it out again. It's always on YouTube and X and all that good stuff. So there you are, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Thank you, Central Florida, Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, Doge Mama 9, and everybody else that was tuning in, hanging out, and chiming in as well. I appreciate it. Be sure to follow along on X and YouTube and Instagram and all that good stuff as well. And I will keep you guys posted. I'll be in the Discord. And yeah, this market is ripping, guys. And if you are in the Discord, let me know what you think of the night note, because I changed it around a little bit to make it a little cleaner, and so it's easier to pay attention to. And like I said, we'll really get into now on the exact picks, and I think it was pretty good. It's been pretty good, I would have to say. There's been some massive runners on there almost every single day. And so I've been keeping it updated every night, and I think it's been pretty nice. And like I said, it's definitely helped me have a good trading plan right there. So let me know. And BSLK was looking good this morning, that's for sure. So keep an eye on that because it could continue to run. We'll just look at it real quick. BSLK, that Bolt Projects was running up here, and it is still cruising along right now. So you keep an eye on that as it's getting to the top. And there you are, everybody. I would say that's a fun pre-market review right there. Markets are looking crazy, including cryptos getting nutty. So there you go. Any questions, be sure to hit me up on X, shoot me a DM. And thanks again for tuning in. And I will keep you guys posted. We'll be on at 9 p.m. tonight for our nighttime show. And we'll go through the markets, review what happened today because they don't look too bad. They could be a little bit flat going into that PPI. But again, at 9 o'clock, they could get turned up and ripping again. It happens almost every single day now. And you kind of see at this time a little bit of the dust settling from 4 a.m. And the markets have to get set back up at 9:30 to run for the rest of the day. So before 7 o'clock was perfect because it was the real pre-market, and now it's just the dust settling at this point. But it does get us ready for what's going to happen in the market. And thank you, Doge Mom and 9, for hanging out every day and always tuning in and posting and stuff. We appreciate it, and everybody else that's posting. And I definitely enjoy doing the show. You guys know that it's a lot of fun, and it's great cognitive therapy still to this day. As you can tell, my long-term memory is definitely getting better. My short-term memory is not that great still, but I have hope for it, and just keep on cruising along and trying to do better each day. So there you go, everybody, and just enjoy your day. Be sure to trade smart, lock in those profits, and goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everyone.